Posted a video last week. I was actually in Australia and Singapore for a couple weeks. But anyway, I haven't done a rant in a very long time. I mean like a legit rant from back in the day where I would just turn on the camera, wake up, try to figure out how I turned on the camera before waking up. You know what I mean. Just ranting in one spot with no cutaways. But I didn't say anything about tearaways! Hey! That's a bad joke. Aww. Not a good start. So back to the topic. The last time I made a rant about Justin Bieber called Bieber Fever, he was the biggest thing in entertainment. Clearly, that should tell you how long ago that was. And I was basically talking about this innocent, humble 16-year-old heartthrob. However, 4 years later, you say Justin Bieber and you definitely don't think innocent, humble 16-year-old heartthrob anymore. Anyway, even if you couldn't care less about Justin Bieber, we all know who he is and how he's been getting into a lot of trouble lately. From vandalism to drugs and most recently a little racism. And for those of you that might not know, about a week ago there was a video about Justin Bieber making a black joke where he says the N-word and pretty much everyone called him a racist. And obviously he publicly apologized for it, but then a few days later another video leaked of him making another racist comment, this time in song form. If you haven't seen that video, it's basically 15-year-old Justin Bieber singing his song, "One Less Lonely Girl," but instead of girl he uses the N-word and sings it over and over, and just when you think it couldn't get any worse, he brings up the KKK. And if that first video wasn't enough, after this second one, everyone is calling him a racist. He's been caught with drugs, doing so many other stupid things, and now this. I could easily pick the safe route and talk about how unfit he is to be a role model, because honestly I agree with that. He should not be a role model for kids. But that would be boring because everyone else is doing that right now, or they're going to be for the next couple weeks. But if the question is if Justin Bieber is racist, I can honestly say that I see both sides. And I'm about to give you the side that's probably a little more unpopular. Like I said, I still don't think Justin Bieber should be a role model for kids. Not because he does drugs or does other stupid things, it's because he gets caught doing them. He can take all the drugs and do all the stupid thing he wants. It's his life. But he has so many kids looking up to him, he has a responsibility to not let those things get out. But that's just my opinion. And now because of those two leaked videos, everybody and their mothers are saying that Justin Bieber is a racist. And personally, I really don't think he is. I'm sure a lot of other people agree with me too, but they don't want to say it because they don't want to sound racist. Let me tell you why. Both of these videos are of Justin Bieber when he was 14 or 15 years old. And as a teenager, everybody says and does stupid things. I mean, if you're in your 20s and you could still see your MySpace, I bet if you went back and read it, you would see how stupid you are. You'd say things or write things that you would never do now. And if you're a teenager now, you might think that the things you're saying and doing aren't stupid now, but check your Facebook in 5 to 10 years and I'm pretty sure you're gonna think otherwise. And I know a lot of people are gonna say that him being a kid at the time doesn't make it any less racist. I agree, he doesn't. He said the N-word and some pretty racist things that got out to the public. But like I said, everyone does and says regrettable things when they're kids. And even if you don't excuse him for his age and you still think he's a racist, as bad as it may sound, he was clearly not serious about what he was saying. I mean, in the first video, he was literally making a joke. Jokes aren't meant to be serious. If he were black or a stand-up comedian that wasn't black and he said what he said, people would just let that slide. It's just because he's Justin Bieber, a lot of people don't like him, so he's instantly a racist. In the first video, he was literally making a joke. It was a racist joke, but still, it wasn't serious. The second video is a little edgier, but it's still pretty obvious that he was joking. I mean, he's spoofing his own song while other people are laughing with him. It literally looked like a video of a bunch of friends goofing off together, hanging out in a room privately. I'm sure he never meant that video to be seen or heard ever, just like the Donald Sterling situation. Which brings up a good point. There's a big difference between the Justin Bieber situation and Donald Sterling. See, I do believe that Donald Sterling is a racist, because in his recording, he said some things that were clearly serious and not meant to be a joke or make people laugh. But the thing that makes him racist is that he actually sees other ethnicities as inferior to his own and he acts upon it. See, that's a real racist. Justin Bieber just said some racist things to make people laugh. Sure, call him an idiot, but he's not a racist. There's no evidence of him treating people differently because of race. Even if sometimes he acts like an ass to fans or flight attendants or Seth Rogen, it's not because they're black. He's an ass to everyone, equally. He's an equal ass. I mean, look at his Instagram. He has black friends. I'm pretty sure if he didn't like black people, he would not be friends with them. So overall, to wrap up, no, I do not think Justin Bieber should be a role model for kids, and in no way am I defending him, but he's not racist. I guess that is kind of defending him. But I'm not defending him because I'm a believer. I just don't think it's right to be calling someone a racist when they're not. Calling someone a racist is a big deal in this day and age, and you can't label someone a racist just because of a couple jokes they made back when they were a kid. I mean, if you can honestly say that you've never said something as a kid that you wish you didn't say, and if you never repeated a black joke or any racist joke that you heard to a bunch of family and friends in a private location thinking no one else would hear it, congratulations. You literally might be the best person in the world. The best person that I know, at least. You should be the next Justin Bieber, the president, the pope, because you're pretty damn close to perfect and people should be following a role model like you. But then again, if you really do believe that you haven't done anything wrong in your life and you think people should follow what you do, it's pretty cocky of you to think that. And now I hate you. See how that works? And I'm gonna say it again just because this video is based on racism and I already know the comments. My last name is Okinawan, so it's pronounced Higa, not Higa. So it's pronounced Nigahiga. If you're interpreting it the other way, that's because you're reading it wrong, and that would make you a little racist. But anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. Like I said, this was my first rant in a long time without any cutaways. Although I did have a lot of urges to do some, especially on that one part of the video where I said, wait, don't, I didn't cut an ass to everyone. Equally. He's an equal ass. So close. Teehee.